welcome to Talk Tuesday, a series dedicated to empowering youth and families. This series is brought to you by Steps Foundation Incorporated, where advocacy meets education for the betterment of young minds. Each month, we explore meaningful topics designed to inspire growth, spark creativity, and equip our listeners with the tools they need to thrive. I'm Amaya Ward McCaskill, your host and peer educator at Steps Foundation Incorporated. This month, we're focusing on something that keeps us all going: heart health. February is Heart Health Awareness Month, a time to learn how to protect and strengthen one of the most vital organs in our body. Throughout the month, we'll be diving into important discussions about understanding cardiovascular wellness, how nutrition plays a role in heart health, the benefits of staying active, and the connection between stress and heart disease. Whether you're a teen, a parent, or a college student, heart health matters at every stage of life. So let's get ready to take care of our hearts together. Over to you, Ilani.
Hi everyone. So my first question is how does exercise directly improve heart health?
Okay, so I actually do love talking about this one a little bit.
She ready.
Sorry to cut you off, but okay, I'll be quick, I promise. So, exercising is actually really good for your heart health because, when you start getting that blood flowing, it kind of like makes your heart stronger, Because if you think about it, your heart's kind of a little bit of a muscle too. I know it's an organ, but if you think about it, the more you use it, the stronger it gets. So the less, I guess it's not as hard for your heart to pump blood if you don't use it as much. I don't know if that makes any sense, but um you got what I'm saying? Yeah. Um and it's cool too. It's like your veins get stronger. Um like I've heard from athletes apparently like they go to the doctor and then when they get their blood taken the veins are like more pronounced because they're more vascular and the nurse is like, "Oh, you have really good veins." Like I can tell. Mm. I'm working towards that. I'm trying.
I love that. I think this kind of taps into some of the things we were talking about last week as well. When we think about all the things that kind of help us out, right? I think a lot of people, when they hear the word exercise, it goes into, oh my God, I need to spend an hour at the gym. What did we say the number one killer was when it comes to us? What it is, Spit? I see them lips. Heart disease.
Heart disease.
Stress. And exercise are some of the things that helps us to alleviate some of those stressors. Like we're putting that energy into something else. Walking, y'all. Walking is where it's at. Like it don't have to be something vigorous. Like you don't got to be in the gym 20 hours out of the day. A simple walk around the block, walking around your house. All these things are ways to help reduce the amount of stressors that you have or feel, but also ways to get that blood pumping and flowing throughout your system. And you're absolutely right. Your heart is a muscle, and these are the things that kind of help us to keep it going and flowing. So I love it. I love it.
Yeah, and I want to piggyback on that, just about the exercise part and where we're thought, we have this image in our mind what exercise looks like, like you got to put on these shorts and get your towel and get your water and go to this place where it's stinky and people are sweating profusely because they're, doing all of this stuff. Really, you don't need that. I mean, if that's what you choose, whatever, but exercising for your heart doesn't necessarily mean doing 1,000 push-ups, right? Now, I've been like literally addicted to working out since I turned 40 years old. Now, I never worked out before, just didn't. But then, just being conscious, trying to live longer and be healthier, especially for your heart. Like Sis said, like that's the number one killer in our community is health disease, chronic, severe health disease or heart disease, I should say. So I got to doing it, did all of that. I'm in there, blah, 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 all of that. As I got into it, I found out that's not necessary. So like you can do simple yoga for your heart that will increase your heart rate. Literally. I'm gonna tell you right now, they call this the power pose. You sit there with your arms up like this for 30 seconds. It's called the power pose. Watch your heart rate go up. Watch your heart start beating because it's so intense. You ain't did no push-ups, you ain't ran, but just the function of your mind controlling your arms up for that long increase your heart rate. So rethink or reimagine what you think exercise is when we start talking about the heart, because you don't need to get all sweaty. You don't have to get a gym membership. You don't have to get a certain outfit. You could, like, I got a hoodie on with my beanie, and you see what I just did. You don't, you know, increasing your heart strength isn't this barbaric thought of lifting 500 pounds, because really that's useless. Anybody can lift 500 pounds, really, if you really want, but does it help your heart? So we have to be mindful what the heart is and how we exercise it to the question. Yes, you need to exercise your heart, but you need to be mindful of the exercises you're doing with your heart and for your heart.
When I first started exercising too, I kind of hated the idea of cardio or doing like any kind of like walking. I was like, that is so boring. Who wants to go on a treadmill and walk for 30 minutes? That's terrible. However, found a little life hack, okay? Apparently, if you put Netflix on, like, you know, when you're watching Netflix at home, okay, hear me out. You're lying in bed, you're so comfy cozy, and you have your show going on, and you forget about, the rest of the world. Apparently, you can do that also on the treadmill. So now it's like you kind of distract yourself, time flies, and you get to watch your favorite show. I feel like there's so many fun little twists you can put onto exercise. Oh, and I came up with a little analogy for what I was saying earlier. I made it make sense. Okay. So I remember reading somewhere, I remember reading somewhere that every single time your heart pumps, like just one time, think of it like your hand is squeezing a tennis ball. It's kind of hard to do. And I don't think I could squeeze it more than a couple times, because my arm is tired. Like I don't really do that often. But I guess the more you practice, the more you exercise, the stronger you get and the easier it is. So you're not putting as much strain on your heart and you don't really have as many breaks as you would, where if you're just like, here and then squeezing that tennis ball, it hurts. You know, Practice makes perfect, and Netflix helps.
Well, to Maya's point about like the whole Netflix, I think we're stuck as humans in this idea of what exercise looks like. You know what I'm saying? They got so many now improvements with Peloton. I forget the other home one that you could do where you look in the mirror. Because let's face it, a lot of us are introverts and we don't want to be around a lot of people. But sometimes you need other people to motivate you to want to exercise. So I think it's good to use modern technology to kind of help you if that's what you need to get the exercise going for your heart. Because I know like right now, I don't have an Apple Watch. I'm not an Apple person. But I know Apple Watch, they got the app on there where you can track your heart rate, right? Just by simply walking through your house. I know there's a big thing on steps, getting a lot of steps in. Like, what is the accurate target zone for doing dishes, mopping the floor, increases your heart rate. Let's just be honest. It's a task we don't want to do, but we have to do. So doing daily chores, I think if you incorporate it with, let's say, your Apple Watch or whatever the exercise apps that are out there, I think it could really, if you're mindful, you could really focus on your heart in the exercise to where you're saying, okay, I don't need to go to the gym and I don't need to do 500 sit-ups and I don't need to do all of these things. But if I'm mindful and I track it, I can see, oh, my heart rate increases when I'm doing laundry, or my heart rate increases, walking up and down the stairs or outside, walking to the mailbox. I mean, I'm not trying to be facetious. I'm really trying to be serious. Like, how do we focus on the exercise for our heart outside of thinking, oh, I need to get on this treadmill and run for 30 minutes? That's not a reasonable or a practical solution if you've never ran before. You know what I'm saying? So just be mindful about some of the things that when we're exercising our heart.
I love that you brought that up. And look, we're gonna use my look, we no longer Netflixing and chilling, we Netflixing and walking or exercising, okay? Um, I love that Smith brought up the fact of there are other things that can help motivate us. To your point about the Apple Watches, right? We started off with Fitbits before we got Apple Watches, but now there are so many other cheaper versions out there, y'all. It don't have to be, I know kids want all the tools. It gotta connect to my phone. I gotta be able to talk to my friends. I gotta text on my phone, like text from the watch. If you're just looking for something simple to keep you motivated so you can see your steps, see how much you're moving, and make it a game with your friends or your family member, right? To be like, can you get 1,000 steps in today? Can you get 500 steps in today? If you're a person who's not normally moving, this is something that can be fun for you to do. And you guys can literally be anywhere doing it. Prior to me getting an Apple Watch, we were using Fitbit all the time, and me and my friends used to literally make a game out of it, and it was a competition for who's gonna get the most points of walking. I always lost, y'all. It's okay. But it made it fun, and it was very rewarding just to be able to celebrate somebody else. For a lot of our parents, if you are utilizing these things, sometimes depending on the insurance company that you have, insurance companies add incentives for you being able to log those things. So I think they have what Rally is one that a lot of insurance companies use, and you're able to kind of connect your watch or connect your phone. Sometimes you don't even need a watch. The phone can track just as many of these things. Because why? When you walk in, you walk with the phone in your hand. You talking with the phone in your hand. You probably sweeping up that kitchen with the phone in your pocket. So it's also able to track some of those movements for you if you don't have the watch. So there are so many other things that we could use to kind of track. And I think the tracking also makes the accountability, which is also what helps to make exercise good for our heart health.
I think the tracking actually ties in really nicely to what we were talking about last month, the goal setting and the gradual building up of the baby steps. You start like, oh, maybe I can hit 500 steps. Next month, you keep going up, you keep building. Um, there's so many different ways you can like incorporate this into your life. Even with your friends, you make it a game, or even let's say, I don't know, you go get coffee or tea or whatever with your friend, and instead of sitting there, sipping your coffee and talking like you normally do, you guys can just go walking around the mall or something. Still with your coffee, obviously, everyone needs it, but you know, make it work, make it happen. You can do it.
Okay, so my second question is, what's the best way to start exercising for someone who has never been active?
Just do it. I think as simple as that answer is, right? I think we get caught up in, I'm gonna start on Monday, I'm gonna start on Tuesday, I'm gonna start on Saturday. Just do it. And start with something simple. I love where Smitty was like, it's more than just thinking about the walking or thinking about the treadmill. Yoga. Yeah, YouTube is your friend. A lot of us like YouTube videos, right? YouTube literally has every exercise known to man, every yoga, every Pilates. You can literally do it all from YouTube. If you don't want to do YouTube, right? If you got a smart TV, which I know most people do in their homes, right? The smart TV has other apps that you don't even have to connect to YouTube if you don't want to watch YouTube. There are different exercise apps that are tied into your smart TV that you can literally use and find something that resonates with you. I know some students like to dance, and they have a lot of family dance oriented videos that you guys can kind of do together as a team or as a family. If you a person who like, hey, I don't want everybody looking at me, I just want to do this by myself, cool, find whichever one works for you. But there are so many cool apps and things out there that we can utilize if you don't know how to get started on your own.
And then,
I think, oh, go ahead, maybe,
no,
sorry.
go ahead, Maya. Go ahead. I can wait. Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you. My biggest piece of advice when you start first working out and you're not really sure how to get into it, YouTube is a great tool, but also I found that taking that first step is a lot easier when you have a buddy to do it with. You know, the gym is a lot less intimidating when you're not like by yourself. You have someone to kind of try it out with you. Even if it's not at a gym, sometimes for the kids that are going to college soon, most colleges have like little at their own gyms, they have like these classes. You could take a group class together. Those at-home Pilates, don't sleep because they work. They're hard, but they work. And it's a lot more fun when you have it with a friend. You put on some music in the background, you guys are giggling about it together, but at the end of the day, you're making those steps, you're making that progress. The more you do it, the easier it gets. Sometimes we need our hands held a little bit. I definitely did. But once you get it started, that's it. Soon you're doing it at home, soon you're going to the gym, soon you're going on that walk, on that run. You got it.
No, that's bad right there. And then I want to just add to both of those bits of information and encouragement. So I'm a life coach certified, and one of my focus areas is it's just like physical health, whatever that may be, and I think we just, again, being mindful, everybody's physical aspirations are, individually based. But if we're specifically talking about the heart, like what I do with like clients like that, like to the question, like if you've never, been physically active or motivated to start, right? Then so if we go back to like having a financial resource or a financial analysis, you kind of do the same thing with an individual when they start talking about exercising the health or just exercising in general. Like, have you ever done it? What did you like? What didn't you like? Why don't you? And then the ultimate reason is why. Is it for vain reasons because you want to fit in this dress or this suit to go to your 35th school reunion? Or is it for health reasons? And again, not right or wrong. It's just, what are we doing here and why? Now that we have that, now we can start putting a plan together to start the process. Like Maya said, like sometimes you need a helping hand. And then sometimes it could be little things. You can't expect in reality a person who's never worked out or randomly does it, maybe once a month, or make these resolutions. What I say about National Quitters Day. You remember that? So we don't want National Quitters Day. We want sustainable growth. So we look at it, we break it down, see what our goal is, and then start putting together a plan. That plan for someone who's never worked out or doesn't work out could be simple as, hey, meet me at the park and we're going to talk. See, and so while you're talking, you're actually walking. They ain't picked up on it, but I have. Now I got you walking around this park and we're talking about your goal. And then at the end, when they say, oh, I can't do that. Well, yes, you can, because we just spent 15 minutes walking. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I think we got to be very careful when to answer to that question is, how do you get somebody motivated, or how do they do it if they've never done it? Well, sometimes you got to show them without showing them that they can do it. You got to break it down, see what the goal is, put a plan together, and then it's about the accountability factor. I can want you to work out. I can want to help you get to your goal. I can want all these things for you. Then you have to want them, or that person has to want them, And I think the way you do that is by setting realistic goals to try to at least start the process. And then I'll shut up after this, is the goals and starting the process is rewarding yourselves. Because if you want to fit into that outfit for your 35th class reunion, what are you going to do to get there? That can't be the only goal. That can't be the only reward. Somewhere along there has to be a reward that makes you feel happy. You know what I'm saying? So again, I think it's multifaceted, but at the same time, you have to put a plan together and be real with yourself, and then hold yourself accountable to it.
I think this goes back to that instant gratification, right? A lot of people set the goal and have the mindset of, I'm going to lose weight for this reason, or instead of thinking of, I just want to be healthier. I just want to live a healthy life. And when you get to that mindset of, I need that instant gratification, it's exactly why we quit doing it. Because you didn't receive the reward as fast as you wanted the reward. And sometimes you're putting too much stress on the time frame. Losing weight in a month is a huge commitment, and it's a lot. And when you do lose it, how do you keep it off? Because it is not, I'm gonna work hard for the month, lose the weight, and think that it's just gonna stay away without continuing to put in the work. So I think, come on, Smith.
because you sparked the thought process in me. And I'm being real here. Like if you want to lose 10 pounds, right? And you see it, you put the plan together, you got people cheering you, you can see, oh, I lost 2 pounds. Okay. Yep. All right. I lost 3 pounds. Oh, okay. Now I'm going, I got some energy. Here's the part about the heart. If we go back to what we're talking about, the heart, we can't see it. We cannot see the growth. We cannot see the progress in the heart. You know what I'm saying? And that goes to the child's thought process. This is how children get in trouble. Out of sight, out of mind. They think, oh, my parent isn't here, I'm gonna act a fool. Not knowing that there's people watching you act a fool. They're gonna tell your parents, out of sight, out of mind. And that's the problem when we start talking about exercising the heart. We cannot see it, good or bad. Exactly. We cannot see it. So that's why I think it's important you put a plan together, and you can measure BMI, you can measure cholesterol, you can measure all sodium intake, you can measure, but you cannot see the heart. That's the trouble. That's the struggle right there. So it has to incorporate, how do we track my progress? And then you have to be real and say, man, I can't track it. I just know I want to be healthy. Let me say this. You could work out every single day. You could eat the best diet known on this planet. That does not rule out you having a heart attack today. They're random. It doesn't matter. Exactly. So again, when we start talking about exercising the heart, let's be real about what we're doing, and that we cannot see it. We cannot see the growth, because that's what we want. We want to see it. We want to see progress, because that's our motivation.
Come on, Smith.
Yo.
I wanted to add. I know that you don't see it per se. You can't, look inside your chest and be like, oh, my heart looks a little stronger today. But I feel like sometimes the more you exercise, I feel like things come a little bit easier, or at least I don't know directly about heart health, but I know like stamina, all of a sudden going up that flight of stairs didn't knock me out like it did a couple days ago. I can like walk inside the classroom not out of breath. But it's like, once I stop, doing that cardio, then I kind of go back to where I was at. Like, oh man, that staircase took me out. It's like the little things that kind of you can notice your improvement. And I think that is also a great part, like a great reward about exercising, is those rewards, they come in like slowly, they kind of trickle in. But once you notice the first one, it's just like back to back. What was I gonna say? Especially the endorphins after you work out. The fact like, oh man, I got it done. Like even if it wasn't like the best workout in the world, you still did it. You got it done. You have that discipline instilled, and it's like your brain is just happy to be there. I don't know. I know that it's like scientifically proven or whatever that working out makes you happier somehow. I might have to research that one a little bit more, but trust me.
I'm actually not an active person, so I don't work out. Because every time I work out, my legs hurt, my body hurts, and I can't wake up the next morning. And I actually have asthma, so it makes it like harder for me. But I actually did pellets, right? That's how you say it. And I went for 30 minutes. It was free. I actually liked it, but my legs are not flexible at all, so I couldn't like do it like the right job. And then I go there, and they were like, "Oh, $200 if you want to like continue." And I was like, "What? I can do this at home." What do you mean? The same thing like with the gym, very expensive. I don't know why. I can do that at home, but I'm not active. because I don't work out because I think like I'm not meant to be to work out, I guess. But yeah.
You know, I love this, Ilani, because hearing you speak it, right? Look, honey, that's half of our realities over here, okay? And it is very true. A lot of times we get turned off by the price of the gym. And that's why I always try to encourage you guys. It does not have to be in a gym. If you can find that free opportunity, take advantage. Some community centers are doing like exercise classes for free as long as you're a resident of that county. And in some areas that like there are organizations that are providing those same things free because they want people to just get moving and utilize their bodies more and exercising. Girl, wherever you can find it to fit in, go do it. And Pilates is cool. Now, I think look for beginners Pilates because some of them may not require you to be as flexible as that class that you took.
Some of them will be asking you to do a handstand. I'm like, huh? What are you talking about? Inside? You're crazy.
So I love the energy. I love that, like, because that right there was vulnerability to say, like, man, I can't do that. Everybody can't do the same exercise for whatever reason, but that's our normal and that's totally cool, right? So I would challenge Alani, because as you're talking, Alani, I'm listening, you know what I'm saying? Because like at my age, I got a bad shoulder, I got a bad elbow, 2 brand new knees, like a lot of things I probably shouldn't be doing. I just do them because I'm an idiot, but I still do certain. But what I would challenge you with, Alani, is, I know some people that have been in prison. You know what I'm saying? They've been incarcerated. So you got to make do when we start talking about working out, right? And this is not a prison workout, but you can do a plank. Like, I don't just Google search what a plank is. And it's difficult. Don't get it twisted. Do not get it twisted. Like, I've seen people now, I've been doing it for a while, so I could do a 5-minute plank, but believe me, it hurts. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you can do a 5-second plank, you're like, you're doing it. You're gonna get the heart going. I guarantee you, you ain't gotta lay on your floor in your own house. You ain't gotta pay nobody. Just lay there, turn the TV on for 5 seconds. I tell you, it's gonna be gangster. It's gonna be gangster, and you're gonna be like, man,
listen,
there's a dude.
Planks are not for the weak, Lord. Them planks is serious.
There was a dude. It's on YouTube. And we talk about YouTube. There's a dude on YouTube. He did like a 30-minute plank. It's insane. Like it's insane. They were sitting there talking to him, and he's just planked out, just having a conversation. But imagine your heart, how strong it has to be to do that. You know what I'm saying? So Alani, I challenge you tonight, sometime. Try doing a 5-second plank. You're gonna see. You're gonna see. They serious.
So this means next week when we come back, Alani should be telling us how long she was planking for.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Let's go, Ilani.
And then I think Maya brought it up earlier about having the support. You know what I'm saying? So what I do, so with both of my sons, and then my little cousin, like all 3 of us on Instagram, and somebody will post a workout and tag us. Now we got to do the same workout. You know what I'm saying? So my youngest son tagged me last night, and he just throwing push-ups back and back. I'm like, dog, man, oh man, I wasn't even ready for this. So now I got to get on the floor and get my 30 push-ups in. But that's what you need sometimes. To the question, like, how do you get somebody motivated? Man, get a little group chat with your friends, your brothers, your sisters, your mom, your dad. Because here's the cool thing about it. And I don't know who said this earlier, but like, man, imagine if you're in a group text with your mom, and then your mom sends you a 30-second clip of her dancing in the morning. Here's the great thing about that. And I tell people this: you want to live a good life, dance like you don't care who's watching you. You know what I'm saying? And then your mom sends you this, and if your mom can dance, like she don't care what people are saying or what they're doing, that should be motivation and inspiration for you to get your heart moving to dance for 5 seconds. And don't think dancing is break dancing or jumping. Man, if you just gotta wiggle your hips or move your head, you win. You win and you move in your heart, you move in your blood. You know what I'm saying? So get that group energy, your loved ones, to say, hey man, on a random day, shoot me tag me in an Instagram photo of you dancing or you singing or whatever. Life is good, baby. Life is good. And it gets your heart going. You know what I'm saying? When my son sent me that last night, I was, dude, you foul. You foul and raggedy because you know I'm busy over here with your nephew, but now I gotta stop when I'm playing trains and monster trucks with him because he got my heart racing outside. I'm doing monster trucks and digging holes in the dirt and the mud and chasing balls in the street, and now I gotta do 30 push-ups. Come on, man. Where's the fairness in all of this? I'm just saying.
I'm so happy
I
that
love
you
this.
brought up dancing. Oh, sorry. I'm so happy that you brought up dancing, especially for the parents who struggle to get their kids exercising. Listen, I used to work at a daycare, okay, way back in the day, 2 years ago, whatever. So I had a group of maybe like what, 30, 40, like what was it, 8 to 12 year olds, okay? And when you try to get them to exercise, you say, okay, let's go for a jog. So many eyes rolled at the same time. It's terrible. You know, they don't want to go running. However, listen, you guys remember Just Dance? They had that on YouTube. It's not like you can't do it where they see what you're doing, you know, but you can follow the dances that they have, the little mannequin people, I don't know, whatever, doing it. And they have a blast and they have all of the favorite music. They have Rihanna, they have Coco, they have what is it? Moana on there too, literally anything. It's pretty fun. I do it sometimes. It's a good way to do cardio. You forget you're even doing it. It's a great girls' night thing, you know? Have the girls around, put on the
Absolutely
TV.
love Just Dance. I'm a Just Dance fanatic.
Hmm.
My son got addicted to doing Just Dance. It was listen, we did a thing when they came out with Just Dance on Wii, and I think it started on PlayStation, if I'm not mistaken. But if you are the gamer, listen, yes, it was the game that kept you moving.
Hey,
It was so much
we
fun.
we will have you sweating.
We
Let me
is the joint.
Uh-huh.
hey, you will knock somebody out if they too close to you doing we. I'm just being for real. That's a violent game right there, boy.
It's because
The
that
bowling
arm
is
got to
so
move so you get no
dangerous.
points.
Hey,
Y'all ever
I
thrown
was
a remote at a TV by accident? You forget to put on the thingy? Oh my God.
listen, gangster. We will burn some calories. They will definitely burn
Yes,
some
it
calories.
will. Yes, it
And
will.
and I'm grateful Maya brought up like youthful energy, right? Because I think to the question about like how do you engage somebody who hasn't worked out and how do we focus on our heart? What's good exercises? Sometimes I think we forget about just being a kid and being youthful. You know, when you're young or when I was young, they didn't have to tell me go do exercise because I was outside running around, just like having fun, you know. And so I think like because I was shocked and I got caught up on this, but they got like professional tag. I was watching it late night on ESPN, and I'm like, we have a sport now on ESPN that we just used to play for free just because, you know what I'm saying? And so, as Maya said that, my mind got to racing. Like, how do you engage somebody who hasn't worked out before, but you want to help them get their heart healthy? Man, I'll tell you what, I'm with it. Let's play some adult hide and seek, some adult tag. We got to make it youthful. We have to make it fun. You can play musical chairs. You know what I'm
Red
saying?
light, green
Again,
light.
red light, green light, you know what I'm saying? Like all of these things are within reason now. It's not crazy to think that we can't do that as exercise. We just got into our adult mind like that's for kids. No, that ain't for kids. That's for everybody. And it
Everybody.
don't take a
Yep.
lot. You know what I'm saying? So I just think we just got to reimagine like how we look at exercise, especially for the heart.
And see, I chuckle because we did a couple years ago, we did Family Fun Day in the park, and it was everything to do with outdoor games. That included double dutch. You know how many kids was like, what's double dutch? And I'm like, not y'all don't know about double dutch. I'm like, are we really that old that it's so old school that our babies don't know about double dutch? Hula hoop competitions? Like, come on, y'all.
Sis, you always spark me, man. So when we start talking about exercising and making it fun, there's not a grown woman who's going to see somebody jumping rope or doing double dutch that's not going to be like, oh, you know what? Hold on, let me show you. Let me show you, little girl, something. I've been doing this. I ain't new to this. I'm true to this. You know what I'm saying? And what's crazy is how we just take the natural gift of our existence for granted. So we attended the HBCU basketball classic this Saturday, Tuskegee versus Morehouse, at the Oakland Arena. And I'm gonna tell y'all, music is the great motivator. Every time a song came on, everybody stood up and was singing and was dancing. And I guarantee you, the exercise rate that day was probably through the roof because you've seen old people, you've seen middle-aged people, young people, parents, grandparents dancing, having fun, singing. They didn't even care about their heart rate. They didn't even care about sweating. I know I hurt my back because I had my grandson on my shoulder and we was dancing. And by the time I left that place, I'm like, man, I need an Advil and a Aleve and some Motrin. But again, when you're having fun with it, you really won't even know it's exercise. We just got to get to that youthful exuberance that we have and stop acting like old people.
How to start exercising? Just throw a dance party. That's it. All you need is a dance party. You got it going. Oh, that sounds like so much fun. I'm happy you had a good time.
Oh, it was
Now
ridiculous.
I'm jealous because I feel like we need to be doing something right now. Look,
Come
what's
on,
up, y'all?
Power pose. Power pose. I'm telling you, as soon as you throw your arms up, you should feel your core engaged. That's how you know it's working. Now, we've been doing this for what, 3 or 4 or 5 seconds, and you should probably feel your stomach getting tight. You know what I'm saying? If you're doing it right, and that's totally fine if you're not. So what you right here, what you right, because we 10 seconds in, y'all. We 10 seconds in. Take your belly button and push it to your back. Take your belly button and push it to your back. Your core is engaged now, and you are good. You just did 10 seconds of heart exercise.
Oh my
That's how
God, we
easy
don't
it
need
is.
Pilates. Smitty, you need to start a YouTube channel. Just start. We don't need
Let's
I
Pilates.
got
Smitty
a
got
go.
YouTube channel. Yeah, that's how easy it is. We just burnt probably 70 calories. That's 70 we didn't
Go.
need. You know, telling y'all. I want to thank y'all for participating. Because a lot of people won't do that. They on TV, hey, listen, like I said earlier, when we're trying to lose weight, it's a vain thing. That's what it is, it's vain. Because we don't want to be an outcast because society has said that you have to look a certain way and sound a certain way. So when we're losing weight, it's vain because we want to fit in. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that. Like me, I could care less. Like I go to the gym, I don't care what I look like because I'm not there for nobody. You know what I'm saying? I'm there for my personal health. Like right now, I don't care about this. You know what I'm saying? This is because when we go back about the plan about getting our heart right, like I said, when we put it together, we have to ask, why are we doing this? Are we doing this out of vanity? Or are we doing this because we want to prolong health? Because we want to be internally healthy. So when I'm in the gym, whatever time I go, I don't have no routine. I do what I do because I want to be here when my grandsons graduate in 15 years. You know what I'm saying? And again, just because I work out doesn't mean that's promised. Let's just get that straight. But if I can do my part to have a healthy heart, and then I also want to say this. Yes, a diet is good. And yes, exercising is good, but I'll be honest with you. I don't eat as clean as I should. And so if we're putting a calendar or a plan together, be real with yourself and say, you know what? I'm a block a day when I'm gonna have my cheeseburger, and I'm a block a day when I have strawberry ice cream. Those things aren't bad. It's okay to live your life and eat in moderation and have treats in moderation and work out in moderation. We have to stop thinking that exercise is this strict one way, do it this way and sweat till you pass out. Oh, no. You ain't joining the the Navy SEALs. We're not doing that. Trying to be healthy.
We don't need that cereal routine. We just need that dance party, that Netflix walk, that walk
Yeah.
and talk with the coffee, whatever way you make it happen, you got it. It's the practice. You have fun with it, you get it done, those baby steps, new year, new you, and with a healthy heart too. Okay, guys. So I think that just about wraps up our time for today. Um, so taking care of our hearts is more than just a health goal. It's a lifelong commitment to self-care, smart choices, and our overall well-being. Whether it's through better nutrition, regular movement, or even learning how to manage stress, every small step makes a big impact on your heart's health. So let's keep this conversation going, and most importantly, let's keep making choices that help us live healthier and fuller lives. So before we go, don't forget to check out our exciting events at Steps Foundation this month. We are so excited about everything that's happening this month. First up, we're hosting our Youth Program Ambassador Information Sessions. So if you have a student who will be in the 9th to 12th grade program during the 2025 to 2026 school year, this is a fantastic opportunity to learn more about the student leadership and advocacy. These sessions will give students and families an inside look to how to get involved, develop leadership skills, and make a real impact in their community. Also, be sure to check out our social media throughout February. We're celebrating Black History Month with Black History Trivia posted all month long, so test your knowledge and see how many questions you can get right. To learn more about our events and programs, visit www.stepsfoundation.org or follow us on social media at Steps Foundation Incorporated. Your heart beats for every second of every day, so take care of it the way it takes care of you. Every healthy choice you make today is a gift for your future self. So stay active, eat well, and take moments to breathe and appreciate life. Your heart is powerful, and so are you. Thank you for being part of this month's Talk Tuesday. Keep striving for a healthier, stronger you, and as always, stay inspired, stay empowered, and keep leading the way. See you next time. Until then, take care. We'll see you next Talk Tuesday. Bye, guys.